Hello my friends, welcome to my video. This is where I predict what teams go through to major qualifier. Let's go. Say that I haven't been watching like many many of these teams, to be honest. I guess I watched the Asia minor, the a bit of the Americas minor, and that's kind of it. So some of the teams I'm gonna be like really bad about, but that's fine. You know what I mean? Okay, so to begin with my picks, I guess I'll start off with the teams that I think will go. Well, the team that I think will go 3-0, and in my opinion, that team will be Energy. And the reason being is I feel like their lineup is the best one, or probably the second best one out of all these teams here. They have a lot of experience. They've played against top tier competition before and performed well as the five they have right now. And I think they can probably easily go 3-0. At the very least, they'll probably go 3-1, and then I'll take a hate on my 3-0 pick. But Energy, my best choice for 3-0, because I think Cirque is really good. He is probably the best upper out of all the best upper out of any upper on here in the qualifiers when he's feeling it. And the team works really well around him, and they're really structured, and I like just watching them, even though they might not have the greatest riflers out there, but it doesn't really matter when you work so well as a team and as a unit, in my opinion. So, Energy 3-0. Other two teams that I think could also go 3-0 are Fnatic. So let me just put in Fnatic here, because they said they are my other team that I would pick to go 3-0. That, I'll put them to advance through. And reason being is basically, Crims, JW, um, they're still really good players. Crims is like still playing really well. I know JW is not like what he used to be, but he still has it in him, and I feel like that lineup just has enough experience. Not all five of them, but they have enough experience in some of their players, and they have enough firepower to go 3-0 or at least advance through these qualies. My third team that I think has a chance of going 3-0, and I know not a lot of people would agree with this, probably, but in my opinion, it is a Vanguard, which I also put to go through. And that's because I think they overperform in big events, and they're doing fairly well up until the major, or the major qualifiers technically so far, from what I've seen. That being said, you can always have a rough day or two at the office and not play how you normally would. You can easily just not even go through, but that's kind of like I guess a wild pick in my opinion. Say that they could go 3-0, but I'll put them to go through. Okay, so my 0-3 teams then, on the other hand, well, the one I'll pick to go 0-3 here at least, the first one, will be Vici Gaming. And that's because I watched the Asia Minor qualifier, or like the Asia Minor, right? And fuck my glasses. I watched the Asia Minor, and they were not looking that good. They lost. I know they lost to Greyhound Gaming. Like that's why I put them. That's why I put Vici 0-3 instead of Greyhound, because I remember for the second place match that I watched live, Vici Gaming were playing against Greyhound, and Greyhound won the series 2-1. However, I know the series were like really close. There was like 3 rounds only in total between them. Like it was 16-6 for both. Like the maps they both exchanged. Their map picks was 16-6, 16-6, and then third map was 16-13, or yeah, I think it's 13 against. I mean, for Greyhound against Vici. So that's why I'll put Vici to go 0-3. My next three, or like 2 or 3 teams that I think have a reasonable chance to go 0-3 will be, well, Greyhound, because I consider them at pretty much the same tier as Vici, which is not really that high of a level, and Vega Squadron, in my opinion. So I'm obviously not gonna put them to go through because you can't like put them to go nowhere, I guess. But Vega have not been too hot from what I've seen recently, and I just think that the other teams have a better chance of going through than them, pretty much. I think they'll win a game maybe. However, their first game is against G2, and I think G2 will probably beat them like 16-11 or 16-12 to go through. I don't think it's gonna be like an overtime or 16-14, but they'll still beat them in my opinion. So that out of the way, I'm obviously not picking Vega, Greyhound, or Vici to go through, but I'll continue with my other teams. Which my next team to go through will be Vitality. So I'm pretty sure most people wouldn't understand why I picked Vitality, and that is because I like their players, I like their lineup, and I think Zaiwu has a lot of, yada yada. Zaiwu has a lot of potential. He's really young, really good. I just want him to prove himself, really, and that's kind of it. I just really hope Vitality does well, even though I really don't like French teams usually. That out the way, my next pick is Ense, and that's because they have Alu, and Alu is probably the best player to have ever touched this game, so easy advance for Alu and the boys. Next one, I don't know how many people will agree with me here, but Gamers 2, or what are they called, Gamers 2? G2. And that is because even though I don't think they've been performing that well, they still have Kenny S, and Body is still pretty good. Like, I don't think he is in the very like anyone on Ashrala's level, but he's definitely better than like let's say Greyhound Gaming or fucking Renegades, you know. So G2 to go through. My next pick, and I didn't really want to put this here, but NAP. And I don't know why. I just have a feeling they'll go through. Okay, fuck. Don't kill me for having that opinion. No real reason for it though. Though I do want to see Forest and Get Right and the rest still, get somewhere. It's been a long time since we've seen NAP at a major, and yeah, that's really close. I'll give them the edge. And the last team that I think will go through for the major, in my opinion, is Cloud9. And that is because, yeah, there's no real reason. Kidding. The reason behind why I think Cloud9 will go through is because they still have individual players. Kind of like I said for the most of the other teams, their individual players are still better than what the other teams have here. Like let's say Greyhound, Spirit, Tyloo. They're all probably worse in total than Cloud9, even if Cloud9 isn't like the best unit. They just have Flesha, Kiyoshima, and fucking Automatic is still one of the best players in NA in my opinion. And Rush can always work as a really good entry if he's feeling it and if the team backs him up properly. So I think Cloud9 has quite a bit of potential to even go into like even past the other stage later on in the actual major. But yeah, I'll just have to see how they do here, I guess. So that's that pretty much for my picks. Thank you for watching. And I'm gonna go play fucking FIFA is what I'm gonna do. Peace.